Hello, my name is William Sorensen. I'm 33 years old and I currently live in Fairbanks, Alaska. The reason I made this video is because recently I heard a story on YouTube about a man who asked for $1 million. Well, apparently somebody's giving him that $1 million, so I decided to make my own YouTube video appropriately entitled, "Please Give Me $3.5 million." It's really hard to keep a straight face when I say that because who's going to do that, right? But if somebody can get $1 million, why can't I get $3.5 million? It's a good question. And I figure, hey, if you're going to dream, go for the gusto. I was going to ask for like 30 some odd $1 million, but I wanted to be realistic. So I'm only asking for $3.5 million. I also don't want to sound like some beggar. I mean, it's not like I'm standing on some street corner holding up a cardboard sign asking you for money or something. So over the course of this video, I'm going to reach out to a few rich people also. It's not a giant list, just a few key people. But hopefully, if they don't respond, somebody who is rich does. I basically have 10 minutes to convince you to give me $3.5 million. The reason I say this is because on YouTube, you're limited to videos that are 10 minutes long. I don't know about you, but getting somebody to give you millions of dollars seems like it might be a little hard. So I'm not going to make the 10-minute mark, and I had to split this up into a couple videos. Look at it this way. I'm certain you've spent way more time on YouTube than this, looking at stuff that could put you in danger of lowering your IQ or scar you for life. This I'm pretty certain will not. If you're a smoker, all you gotta do is not smoke 3 cigarettes and you get all this time back and then some. If you're somebody in Hollywood, or you have a lot of money you'd like to invest in something, stay tuned because I'm going to share something with you I've been working on for over 15 years. So even if you don't want to give me any money, help me with this and we'll both make tons. I was going to methodically plan out some sort of mini seminar on why you should give me $3.5 million full of hilarious anecdotes to make you laugh, but hopefully you'll laugh anyways because if you're watching this, I'm asking you to give me $3.5 million. I was going to make this quite a bit funnier, but in the process of trying to make this G-rated, I pretty much had to throw out everything else I was going to say. I also figure if I had $3.5 million, or way more than that, because that's the only way we give away $3.5 million, I'd be laughing my butt off right now if somebody was like, give me your money, whatever. There's a few key differences between me and that other guy who asked for $1 million. One, he didn't really say or convey anything about his character that would make me want to give him $1 million. And two, he really didn't say anything about helping anybody or how he was going to make the world a better place. All he really said was that he was going to go on a few trips. And believe you me, if you give me $3.5 million, I'm going to have a little fun. Going to go buy a few frivolous things. Going to enjoy myself. Probably slack off for a while. Might even take a few days off of work. But hopefully over the course of this video, you'll see I deserve it a heck of a lot more than that guy did. I do have plans and hopes and dreams up here. I have the ability to earn that money. But sometimes it takes a break. I'm going to tell you a few things. If you give me $3.5 million, and by the way, I do want the taxes paid on that, because there's no point in me getting $3.5 million if I got to pay like 25 or 40% tax, or I don't know what outrageous tax they charge rich people, then I'm not getting $3.5 million, and I'm requesting $3.5 million, so please pay the taxes on it. I've actually thought about this most of my adult life, and what I would do with $3.5 million is, I would take $500,000 of it, use it to buy a house so I can be a better father to my children, take some trips, a few little miscellaneous toys, like this car here. What you see before you is a 1993 Ford Mustang LX Coupe, or as people call them, notchbacks. It's silver with black interior and only has 37,000 original miles on it. It's up for sale on eBay right now and also at harwellmotors.com. I had a car similar to it, but then I got one of those ex-wife thingies. Pretty much screwed all that up. Anyways, if I was actually able to get this car, I'd do a few things to it, including but not limited to, I'd get the Cobra conversion kit with a stalker front end, the Cobra wing for the coupe, and a 2.5-inch cow hood from Cervinis.com. I'd have 2 1-foot black stripes placed on the car with a 1-inch space between them. 93 Cobra chrome rims with chrome-plated center caps. White face Cobra gauge inserts and AC inserts. Coast High Performance 347 stroker engine, the one that's emissions legal, with a chrome-plated engine dress-up kit. Holley System X upper and lower intake chrome-plated. AFR 185 heads emissions legal that have been ported and polished. Vortec polished chrome supercharger with intercooler. Hooker headers. Flowmaster exhaust. 6-speed transmission with a Hurst shifter. Maximum Motorsports Road and Track Suspension Package in polished chrome. Maximum Motorsports Street and Strip Roll Bar with removable swing outdoor bars and removable harness mount tube in polished chrome. I pull everything out from the undercarriage of the car and have it rhino line and everything put back on to protect the undercarriage from rusting. I get miscellaneous engine dress-up and interior dress-up parts from uprproducts.com. I get the Ford Racing dual gauge and 3/8-inch tack gauge pod that's dash mounted and of course gauges. I have the whole interior and trunk area of the car pulled and dynamatted. A Viper 2-way alarm auto start, and I get some sort of radar detector system that was built into the vehicle. As far as the stereo goes, I can do that on myself because I know how. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like this car, and I know a thing or two about Mustangs. Lastly, I want to start a business, and I want to buy this building and start it here. The address is 2105 South Cushman Street, and it's up for sale right now from Alaska Commercial Properties. I'd add a glass sales floor section in the front of the building, and it would be a full-service computer shop. Due to its location, who I'd be targeting and trying to attract, and what I plan on doing here, I know I would make a ton of money. Let me tell you about some of my talents. I'm a 14-plus year computer technician. Pretty much, people tell me what's going on with their computer, and I know how to fix it before they've completed their sentence. I do web design. I've done websites for several businesses here in town. A couple of examples, I've done my own. The website address is www.newdawnentertainment.com. It talks about me and the project I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. I've done a website for a restaurant here in town. It's a 50s style drive-in diner, so I made the website look like a jukebox. That web address is www.cnjsdrivein.com. I've also done websites for a couple different car dealerships here in town, but one of them is closed down now, and the other one mainly uses Craigslist to list all their cars now. I've set up a 7-computer point-of-sale system for a restaurant that started on Fort Wainwright, and another point-of-sale system for another business here in town. I've also set up computer-controlled surveillance systems with remote viewing. So as you can see, I've got plenty of experience in the computer-related technology field. I also have other talents. I can sing, play basketball, I'm funny, slightly cute, inventive, etc. So if any record labels want to sign me, NBA needs a new superstar, modeling agent needs a new model, any Hollywood studios looking for a great comedy star, let me know. Ciao. Having my own business would also give me the opportunity to work more on a project I've been working on for over 15 years. You'll hear about that more a little later, so stay tuned. The $3 million would just stay in the bank and I would live off the interest. So that way, even if my business didn't do good, or I couldn't come up with any way to make money on my own, even though I have tons of ideas, and I could, and I will, I'd still have money to live on the rest of my life. I wouldn't have to work another day in my life, which means I could catch up on a lot of TV because I haven't watched TV in years.
Attention. The following material is an attempt to show you how pitiful my life has been, and will be accompanied by iconic sad movie character imagery and the saddest quartet music in movie history. Tissue is strongly advised.
I could give you some sob story about how my dad died when I was really young. My mom was disabled since I was 5 years old and I had to take care of her. I never really had a childhood. I never really had any friends growing up and everyone picked on me. I became a ward of the state when I was like 11 until I was like 15. I never had a chance to finish high school because of extenuating circumstances, but I did get my GED. Right when I was around the age of 18 or 19, I got in trouble for some really stupid stuff, and even though they're silly things and I can explain them, and you would understand, and you wouldn't care, we live in a society where you're a number and not a person, and it doesn't matter if it happened a lifetime ago because you never get a chance to explain those things when you're trying to get a good job. They see those things before they see you, and never even give you a chance to explain them in person. I've only been in one real relationship my entire life, and I ended up marrying her. I loved her more than I loved myself, but she left me like a week after my mother died and 2 weeks after our newborn baby daughter was born for another man. I have no family except for my 2 children, and I barely get to see them because I don't have a place that I could have them stay the night. So I only get to see them a few hours a week. I love my children with all my heart, and it kills me not to be a bigger part of their life. Me and my ex split up about 6 years ago, and out of those 6, 4 of them I spent sleeping in my car because I didn't have another place to stay. I currently reside in the basement that I think they filmed Tales from the Crypt in. Help, by the way. I have a really crappy part-time delivery job and I drive this lovely car you're about to see on the screen. Okay, you got me. As you can see from the picture, it's a 98 Ford Escort. And it looks like it got beat up by an angry ex-wife. But it's all I got. Yeah, I could tell you all that stuff, and every bit of it will be true, and there's a lot more that I left out, but like I said, I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me. Stay tuned and check out part 2 of this epic YouTube video where I tell you all about the project I've been working on for the past 15 years.